I would like to assess one of my students' letters in this video. Let's start with that. So you have written on the date on the top, which is good. And then you have written on the address is contact details. That's fine. I'm happy with that. And then you have written on the salutation here. That's okay. And then there's a comma. That's good. And then the reference details of the patient, that is regarding Mrs. Diane Carpenter, comma, aged 58. That's good. And then the introduction paragraph. I'm writing to refer Mrs. Carpenter, who has been recovering from left lung removal surgery. That's good. I'm happy with that. She requires continued care and management following her discharge today. I'm happy. So this introduction paragraph is eligible for even A grade. All right. It's really good. Let's go to the next one. Socially, Mrs. Carpenter is a divorced. It is a divorcee. Okay, that's all right. And lives alone in a rental house. That's good. Happy with that. Her two daughters married. No, her two daughters are married and live nearby. It's not lives nearby. Her two daughters married. That's wrong. Actually, he's has the two daughters. Two daughters married. Uh, Two daughters are married. Okay. And lives nearby and live nearby. It's not lives because lives verb plus s is always applicable only for the third form of the singular nouns such as he, she, and it. When you say two daughters, okay, they are plural nouns, and as a result, you have to use and live nearby. Even though she is a court secretary, that's right. But isn't it secretary? Is it R-A? Secretary. I think it's R-A. S-C-R-A-T-A-R-Y. Okay, let's say secretary. Yeah, I think is that the correct one? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think secretary. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay, let's go to the next one. Even though she is a court secretary, unable to seek a job due to her visa problems. Okay, unable to seek a job. Whenever you use although or even though, there will be two different parts of the sentence, where one part of the sentence will be the independent clause and then the other part will be the dependent clause. So independent clause means it must be a complete sentence, but here you haven't used it. Unable to seek a job, that is wrong. Due to her visa problems, whatever it is, blah blah blah. Okay, that must be unable to, sorry, unable to seek a job, or whatever like you want to say. So she is unable to seek a job. Sorry, seek a job. So one sentence must be, one part of the sentence must be grammatically complete, okay? And then the other part must be incomplete. Even though she is a court secretary, that is wrong. She is unable to seek a job due to her visa problems. That's okay. She was received. No. She received. Don't use she was received. Okay. She received financial support from her daughters and maintained a group of friends, small group of friends. That's okay. So she was received. That's wrong. She was received. Okay. It's going to be she received. All right. She received. Okay. Right. She received financial support from her daughters and maintained a small group of friends. That's good. Mrs. Carpenter was admitted to the hospital's intensive care unit with the signs of pneumonia. During the hospitalization, she was commenced on antibiotics, fluid therapy, oxygen and supplementary nutrition. Oxygen and supplementary nutrition. Okay, good. In addition to this, a physiotherapy was initiated. It's not physiotherapy. Okay. Is it a physiotherapy session or do you want to write just physiotherapy? Physiotherapy is an uncountable noun. Okay, so you should have removed or if you want to use a physiotherapy session, then it is all right. That's good. Was it a session or just the physiotherapy?
Continue after discharge also she has to continue the physiotherapy.
It must be, it's not a physiotherapy actually. That's wrong. A physiotherapy is wrong. Physiotherapy alone is an uncountable noun. Okay. So a physiotherapy, that's wrong. It must be physiotherapy. Okay. You should say, in addition to this, physiotherapy was initiated for her mobility. That's good. She was also provided with this psychosocial intervention to alleviate her panic situation. That's good. I'm happy with that. Let's go through the next one. In terms of her medical background, yeah, mastectomy was performed in 1988 for breast cancer, for which, and then tamoxifen, isn't it? Tamoxifen, and diagnosed patches in left lung on April. Diagnosed patches. This is an incomplete sentence. Do you think this is complete from the grammatical perspective? So in terms of her medical background, a mastectomy was performed in 1998 for breast cancer, for which, okay, this one, and then diagnosed patches in left lung on, so this is incomplete. I mean, you should have stopped here or you should have mentioned something else. So
diagnosed with the
but you have mentioned it's diagnosed patches in left lung. I think on April. It's not on April anyway. It's in April. So that's wrong actually. This is wrong. This part is wrong. So do you want to say, do you want to write down like this? Okay. In terms of her medical background, a mastectomy was performed in 1998 for breast cancer, for which tamoxifen and patches in left lung were provided, or is that what you want to say?
It's a condition, sir.
It's a condition. So diagnosed patches. Okay, patches in left lung. That's a condition. Then you should have stopped here. Then tamoxifen, right? For which tamoxifen was prescribed. Okay, that's it. Was prescribed, was taken. Do you know what I mean? Then diagnosed would be the different things. You can say in addition to that, or in addition, patches were diagnosed, patches in the left lung were diagnosed in April. That could have been much better, isn't it? She has
had another sentence.
Yeah, that's the next sentence. If it is a different condition, don't use it in the same sentence. Yes, it's not good. Tamoxifen. So what you should have used is, you should have said tamoxifen was prescribed. Okay, and then you should have put a full stop, and then you should have started a new sentence, please. She has had generalized anxiety. Sorry, this one, diagnosed patches. You could have mentioned, so you said, and diagnosed patches on left lung on April. Okay, that is what you have written on. You should have said also patches on left lung were diagnosed in April. So this should have been much
same year, sir.
Yeah. So that's the correct answer, isn't it? Is that what you want to say? Yes, sir. Okay, good.
Then let me say, In terms of her medical background, a mastectomy was performed in 1988 for breast cancer, for which that word is needed for here.
Yeah, for which it's okay. Like because
Okay.
so this medicine was prescribed for this, isn't it? After this,
Okay. Okay.
right?
Okay.
If that's the case, then it's all right. For which tamoxifen was prescribed. So that's it for the.
Okay, sir.
Can you see this here? Tamoxifen was prescribed. That's it.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
And then the next one you have to say also patches on her or on her left lung. You can use on her left lung.
Okay.
Were diagnosed in April. Okay, she has had generalized anxiety disorder from the age of 20 and on irregular medication. Yeah, okay, that's all right. Okay, let's go to the next. It would be greatly appreciated if you could provide care for Mrs. Carpenter. She requires physiotherapy. So again, like that's wrong. Physiotherapy. Can be used only before the name of the occupations. Okay, the people who are doing it. For example, a physiotherapist. So don't say a physiotherapy. That's wrong. Otherwise, if you want to use a session after that, then it is okay. A physiotherapy session. So this is wrong. So what you should have done is you should have mentioned physiotherapy only. Okay. So physiotherapy for her mobility. So she requires physiotherapy for her mobility and alternate visit with the doctors and the psychiatrist. I don't understand what you want to say here. So she requires physiotherapy for her mobility and alternate visits with the doctors. Okay, why are you writing down alternate visit with the doctors?
Doctor and psychiatrist are alternative visit to the addresses.
Okay, so alternate visits with the alternate visits with the doctors and the psychiatrist. Okay, all right. Okay, also please, yeah, then it's all right. Also please also needs a comma. It must be also please. Okay, also comma. And then please monitor her medications, arrange a chemotherapy session. This is correct because session is a countable noun, which means you can use a session, a chemotherapy session at the Flinders Medical Hospital after 2 weeks. That's okay. That's good. If you have any further questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. Yours sincerely, the registrars. Yeah. Everything else is all right. Okay. Expected score. But before then, let me give you the assessment. Okay. Honest grammar is an area of improvement. Sometimes you're committing the mistakes in terms of the use of passive voice form. So you said she was received, but it's she received. Otherwise you can say maybe medicine was received by her. That is all right, but she was received and she received. So use of nouns, verbs, articles, use of nouns, verbs, articles, articles. Okay. I can say articles and then prepositions. Sorry, punctuation marks. Punctuation marks. Could have been better. Okay, you could have used the nouns. For example, look at this one. And lives nearby. And they live nearby. And live nearby. Okay. Or who live nearby. Two daughters are married and live nearby. That's okay. Unable to work. She is unable to seek work or whatever. Like you want to say. So some sentences are incomplete from the grammatical perspective, which is not good from the grammatical perspective. You need to be very careful with that. You have to read it and then understand that. Okay, you can't just write down as it is. All right. Passive voice could have been used more appropriately. Okay. Use of connectivity is good. I'm happy with that. Overall task fulfillment is also good. Is also fine. Vocabulary is okay. Layout and presentation features are good enough. I don't need to worry about that. Spelling is all right. Yeah, this time you have worked on spelling. I'm very happy with that. I think you didn't commit any spelling mistakes, which is a good thing. But yeah, use of nouns and verbs still an issue. Okay, because the major mistakes come under this particular parameter only. So that verbs and nouns, okay, when you look at this, these ones, look at this, two daughters are married and lives nearby, unable to seek, okay, she was received, so tamoxifen was prescribed, also patches diagnosed. So these are the major mistakes. Okay, I mean, mistake number 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 7. So these are the major mistakes, like 5 major mistakes, which is not good. Understand? And then couple of them are from the use of articles. She, like, that's not good. I mean, if you don't place comma in one instance, it is okay. Also, comma is all right, but the other mistakes are very major ones. Do you know what I mean? So you need to be a bit more careful. Okay. What else? Vocabulary is okay. Connectivity is all right. I'm happy with the grammar. Yeah, grammar needs to be improved. Overall task fulfillment is okay. Let's go through the case notes. Case notes were well organized anyway. We'll see. If we can. Case notes were well organized. Well done. I'm happy with that. I need to see if you have included all the relevant case notes or not. Okay, that is what we have to go through. All right, let's see. So writing subtask nursing time allowed 5 minutes for reading and 40 minutes for writing. Read the case notes and complete the writing task which follows. These are the ones. Intensive care unit, Flinders Medical Center, name Diane, Carpenter, age 58, marital status divorced, next of kin 2 married daughters. But let me go through the writing task. Okay, using the information given in the case notes, write a letter to the director of Repatriation General Hospitals, 216 Dawes Road, Dow Park, 5041, and request that the hospital take over the care of Mrs. Carpenter. Okay, your answer: expand the relevant case notes into complete sentences. Do not use note form, use letter format. The body of the letter should be approximately 180 to 200 words. Okay. All right, so director. Okay, all right, good. So let's go through here. Intensive care unit, that's all right. Patient details, that's okay. Age is all right. It is divorced, except in 2 married daughters. Okay, both live locally, that's good. Admission date 10 May 2009. Discharge date 24 May 2009. And then lungs resection, and breast cancer 1988. Full mastectomy September 1988. Okay, good response to tamoxifen and remission until 2009. Dyspnea. Okay, April 2009. Investigations revealed the small patches in left lung. Okay, has had generalized anxiety disorder since 20s. Okay, sometimes on medication for this, but not at present. Recently migrated from Canada, supported financially by children, court secretary, but unable to work. Okay, see this one. This is not a complete sentence. You need to understand one thing, that the OET case notes come up with lots of note forms. They are not the complete sentences. So you need to say, but she is unable to work due to. You have to add those things yourself. Remember that, please. So majority of the case notes are not the complete ones. There may be many mistakes. You have to rectify them. You have to read them. You have to find the mistakes and then rectify them when you write down a letter. Do you understand? Drives own car, small circle of friends, that's okay. Lives in pneumonia day 4, treated with antibiotics therapy and ventilation, now fully resolved, that's okay. Nursing management, fluid management, oxygen therapy, nutrition support, physiotherapy initiated, mobility very slow. Patient is reluctant to walk, psychosocial difficulties coping. Okay. Ongoing physiotherapy needs encouragement to mobilize, initiate psychiatrist visits, coping strategies, organize visits between psychiatrists and doctors, encourage them to be more supportive emotionally. All right. Chemotherapy appointments at Flinders Medical Center. You shouldn't have added the Flinders Medical Center. I mean, you can do it only in the addressee's contact details or in the sign off section. You don't need to add the in the middle. I mean, like here in the inside the paragraphs. You don't need to. Monitor medications is okay. All right. Okay, I'm happy with that. I think yeah, you have included all the relevant case notes. I'm happy with that. That's good. Okay. All relevant. Sorry. All relevant case notes were included. Congratulations, you have done a wonderful job. Okay, let's go through that. And let me go through the severity of the mistakes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 mistakes are the major ones and the remaining ones are the minor ones. Okay. According to me, this sounds like a C plus grade letter. Okay, you may be able to get 300 out of 500 for this letter. But please be mindful about the mistakes, okay? All right. Thank you so much for your time.